Good morning, everybody. I am Vegetable Red, your host for some Slay the Spire action. Still trying to win Ascension 20 Ironclad. I don't have a ton of time today, so probably just going to do one run. Unless we die, like, in Act 1. And then maybe we'll start another one. Okay, so right off the bat, let's look at our pathing. There's a bunch of early shops that we could go to. Probably would never go to this one because we'd have to go to this one first. If we want to do 3 fights and a fire before the elite, we can go through this route to get there, and then we can pick up 2 elites in the act. Alternately, we can go left, and we can do 4 elites and 2 extra fires, which seems actually pretty good. So we can hit this shop, hit 2 fights before the first elite, and then do 4 elites. We kind of need like a good card for that to happen. So let's take random rare card, and if it's something really powerful like, what's that card called? Inferno, then we can take the 4 elite path, otherwise we'll probably take the 2 elite path. I don't think we want the curse. Actually, let's take the curse, because we're going to this shop on floor 2. So this rare relic could be really powerful. And it is Lizard Tail. So Lizard Tail is kind of bad, but it does let us die and not die. So we are highly rewarded for taking big risks with Lizard Tail. And I think that big risk is taking 4 elites in Act 1. So let's do it. Alright, we can break them both and take 1. Seems good. Also, Clumsy's not that bad. Maybe I should have considered not going to this shop. Yeah, if I were thinking about it more, I think I would have definitely considered not going to this shop. But I am already headed here. I think I will take 1 to do. Let's see. I'm guaranteed to have a strike next turn. I will still be weakened. I'll spread it around so that I can kill either one if need be. So I'll do 2 strikes to kill 1 and then defend the one with more health. Alright. It was a tough Laos fight. We still gained health though. Fire Potion is really good for Act 1 elites, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Unfortunately, the only strike here is Perfected Strike. Womp womp. Which I don't think we're going to take. I think we're going to take Body Slam. It's kind of a build around, so it's nice to get early. Can't afford any of the relics. I will card remove, I think. We could Impatience. Impatience is pretty good. Impatience is really good against sentries, especially like late in the fight when it's like you're just drawing lots of dazes. And Impatience can help draw you into some actual cards. Impatience is kind of good with Body Slam actually, because if you're Body Slamming, you want to have lots of block cards and then like a couple of attacks like Body Slam to pay off. So Impatience is good if you have few attacks. Shrug It Off is also very good, so we could Shrug It Off and buy a potion. Shrug It Off is super good with Body Slam. There's also Pummel, which is a good strength payoff card, but we don't have any strength yet. Can't afford Metamorphosis. Card remove is fine on Clumsy, but honestly Clumsy's not that bad, so I think we're going to skip it. I think I prefer Shrug It Off over Impatience. They both draw cards, but Shrug It Off does more. So I'll take Shrug It Off, and I will buy an attack potion. Or should I buy a power potion? I guess power potions are better against Act 1 elites, because you could end up with like Demon Form or something crazy overpowered. Okay. Definitely going to dodge the second shot. I will double defend and bash or Body Slam the small one. Alright, Shrug It Off and defend. Almost blocks out. Get a little bit of damage in. 3 strikes. Sets him up for lethal next turn, probably. Yes, but barely. Alright, so now we're up to full health. Blessing of the Forge is probably the worst potion. Ghostly Armor plays well with Body Slam, and is just good also. You can get rid of it in the Gremlin Knob fight. So I'll take Ghostly Armor. Yeah, we're going to commit to the 4 elite path here. Seems like we're in good shape. I don't know if we can afford this, but I think we're going to try it anyway. So we have to fight this, and then an elite, and then we get a fire. So if we're a little bit low on health, because we're full health right now, so we're like missing out on healing potentially. So if we're not full health here, I think we still survive, and then we can fire. And if we're like desperately low on health, we can out after this fire or out after this elite, and we're not trapped into taking 4 elites. So I think we are going to look for a relic here. Not too bad. Pen Nib, and we took like 18. Not too bad. Hopefully this one heals us. No. We could take the upgrade on Body Slam or Bash. We could remove the Clumsy. I think I'm going to take the remove on the Clumsy. I don't want to have to eventually pay for that. It's pretty expensive. Alright, here's the first elite. It is Gremlin Knob. I think we're going to Bash Strike him. And we're also going to Power Push him. None of these do anything. So we do have one card that exhausts, and that's Ascender's Bane. So this technically draws us one card. We will never draw a status in this fight, and we'll never lose HP from a card. So it's Dark Embrace, I guess. We can Ghostly Armor and then Body Slam Strike. But we don't have very much damage next turn. So we want to be finishing him off with probably Fire Potion. So if we Ghostly Armor, this does 15 plus 9 is 24. So he would be at 48. And then Fire Potion puts him at 28. I don't think that's good enough value, so I think we're going to just double strike him instead. Take the 8. Yeah, I think we're taking full damage here too. I will Body Slam to charge up Pen Nib. Should have done that the previous turn as well. Let's see, we're not dying, but we're close. So if we Bash Strike, then he's taking 17. Yeah, and then we'll probably be able to kill him next turn with the Pen Nib. And save the Fire Potion. Yeah, Bash Strike does kill him. Okay, well that was rough. We're gonna have to heal for sure. We're guaranteed that the next fight is not another Gremlin Knob, so we're gonna take Shrug It Off, because Shrug It Off is good against the other two. And we're gonna take a heal. And we are gonna take another elite fight. 29 is a little bit low, but we have a Fire Potion, which is super good. It's good against sentries, in particular, because you can kill a sentry with it. So we'll try it out. Here's sentries. We get to Ghostly Armor to block out and get it paired with a Body Slam, so that's nice. We'll probably be using this Fire Potion against this sentry next turn. Yeah, so let's Shrug It Off first and see what we're drawing. Okay, and then we're going to strike, block out, and Fire Potion, the 17 health one. We're probably going to Shrug It Off double strike. Shrug It Off first and see what's in the hand. Okay, so if we do 2 strikes against this sentry, he would take 12 and go to 28. It's pretty unlikely that we'd be able to finish somebody off from 28 health, so we're going to hit the back sentry. I hope that we can do, 12 to him next turn as well, and then maybe finish him off from 15. Wow, this is a great turn. So there's the 15 damage we needed. Now we just have to draw 2 strikes. Oh, we did. Let's shrug it off first. We are going to end up with a pen-nib strike, which is not ideal, but it's fine. Might end up taking some damage next turn. Oh, nope. Double shrug it off and body slam. Helping us out. Now we'd have 2 turns to find 1 strike, and we did. Well, that was actually a perfect sentry fight, so that's that feels really good. Spot weakness is great. We're probably going into another elite fight after this, and that elite fight could be Gremlin Knob again, which would probably kill us. Spot weakness is the best card to survive. Well, spot weakness is just the best card here. Yeah, I don't think any of the other cards are in contention, and we needed some more damage because we picked 3 defensive cards and 1 offensive card. So I'll take spot weakness. Paper Frog is quite good. We might need that against Gremlin Knob. Here he is, back again. So we get to double shrug it off into body slam, which is quite a bit of damage. We could spot weakness here. We both gain 3 strength. I don't think we can do that. So we're taking 8 and then 24. So if we spot weakness, then we die next turn. And we don't want that. And we also get to take advantage of Paper Frog if we bash strike. So let's bash strike. Oh, I forgot about Orichalcum. We're actually surviving a little bit more than I thought here. So Paper Frog means it does 75%. So if I double block here and then body slam, instead of doing 15, it'll do 25, and then he'll be at 27. Doesn't seem like a super great idea. It seems like all roads are leading to death here. But let's go ahead and Ghostly Armor and defend to try to save some life. Let's see, he's not vulnerable, so Bash Strike is not enough. It's 18. There's nothing that Shrug It Off can draw that makes us survive. So we're using our Lizard Tail here, which is fine. That's why we picked Lizard Tail and picked this aggressive route. So we're just going to Bash Strike him and set him up for next turn. Thanks, Lizard Tail. Alright, we got a White Beast statue and a Flex Potion. Those are both extremely good. We can take Pummel and just combo with the Flex Potion in the next next fight, which cannot be Gremlin Knob again, so that's nice. We have a max of 2 Gremlin Knobs per Act 1, even if we take 4 elites. Let's see. Alternate week, we could do Reckless Charge, which is really good sometimes. It doesn't really seem like this is the deck for it. We do have some strength scaling with spot weakness, so Pummel is sort of inherently good. Hexaghost also attacks a lot, so we don't have to worry too much about actually landing the spot weakness against him. See, I'll take Pummel. Let's shrug it off and see if we draw the body slam. We didn't. We can spot weakness and then Pummel Strike here. That's the most damage. And should be able to finish him off here, yeah. Alright. True Grit blocks and makes your deck better. Iron Wave is a little bit more aggressive and still blocks. We do have a lot of things that exhaust. We've got Ghostly Armor and Pummel, which both exhaust. And True Grit. Almost every Ironclad deck needs like at least a True Grit at some point. You kind of want it to be an upgraded True Grit though, because unupgraded True Grit is a bit of a bull in the China store. You could also take Anger. We do have a Flex Potion. So it's possible we get 2 angers in hand and really go off with Flex Potion. Flex Potion we're probably going to pair with Pen Nib in the next fight, in the next Elite fight. If this is a fight, we won't do it there. So it's between... These are all good. I think you could pick any of these. And we're against Hexaghost, so it doesn't... We're not, like, afraid of the damage return from Guardian for Anger or anything. We're not really trying to build an Anger deck, though. Like, our first pick was Body Slam, and then we've picked 3 block cards since then. So I think it's going to be a card that says block on it. I think maybe Iron Wave. Iron Wave Body Slam is pretty crazy, because you get to hit people sort of with both halves of the Iron Wave. True Grit makes your deck better, though, over the course of the fight. This is a tough choice. So in a Hexaghost fight, you kind of want to kill him in the first, like, 8 turns, which, with a 20-card deck, means that we kind of get, like 2, maybe 3, maybe on our 3rd shuffle, when he is threatening to kill us. Let's see, what are our relics telling us to build? We have a Frozen Egg and a Paper Frog are the, like, most sort of insane ones, and Pen Nib. So, like, we're trying to, like, build up for one crazy attack. Frozen Egg means we're probably going to pick, like, Demon Form or something, if we can. And then Paper Frog. I don't know, Paper Frog is just, like, get people vulnerable and punch them for a lot. But, like, Frozen Egg plus all of the defensive cards we've been taking makes this seem like sort of a late game setup and then do something broken kind of deck. And I guess for that deck you want True Grit to, like, clear stuff out of the way. So we're going to pick True Grit. I think we're going to Smith here. It might seem a little bit aggressive, but we need a little bit more oomph to get through this Elite. And we don't really need the health that much. I think we're going to take Spot Weakness upgrade. Spot Weakness is super good upgraded. It's not super good against Lagavulin, which is our opponent 50% of the time, but that's okay. Finding Potions is not good here. Fear Potion is great with Paper Frog. I think that's probably better than Weak. Both Weak and Fear are, like, best against Lagavulin, and terrible against Sentries because they don't do anything. But I think I want Fear more because I have Paper Frog. Okay, it is Lagavulin. We could start him off with Shrug Shrug Body Slam. I think I would rather start him off with Bash, and then the turn after do something. An argument against that is we want to land Spot Weakness on him. And if we draw Spot Weakness before Bash, which is a 50% chance to do, then we don't get the Spot Weakness on the first shuffle. But if we draw Spot Weakness before Bash, then we're waiting sort of the maximum amount of time before we wake him up anyway. So I don't think I'm too worried about it. I think we're just going to pass here, because we don't want to accidentally draw. I guess if we draw Bash, we'd play it, so I'll play one of these. Ooh, okay, so now I have to play Ghostly Armor. This does turn this into a good wake-up call, if we make him vulnerable and then punch him for a lot. Yeah, I think I like that. There's no point in waiting for Bash if I have another way to make him vulnerable. So I think I will do that. Wakey wakey. Alright, and then we're going to use Flex Potion, hopefully in the next 2 turns. Oh, look at this. Spot Weakness Flex Potion pummel is nuts. Wow, 19 times 4. GG, well played. We get another Flex Potion. I don't know what to do with Blue Candle yet. Okay, here we go. This is our upgraded powers. Barricade seems like it's 100% supposed to be in the deck. Another copy of Body Slam here that we're skipping to pick Barricade, but I think that's pretty defensible. Alright. Well, I guess that's what the deck's doing. So I should probably upgrade True Grit here. Let's take a look at some other cards. Body Slam Plus is obviously great. We might be getting an Energy Relic, though, which makes the Body Slam Plus upgrade less necessary. Bash Plus is really good. We have Paper Frog, so getting that Bash upgrade seems really, really powerful. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Pummel also gets an extra little proc. But I think I'm going to take the Bash upgrade. I don't have my Vulnerable Potion anymore, so keeping Hexaghost vulnerable is really important. We can land Pen Nib on Bash, so that seems good enough. Yeah, so let's just Bash Strike. Alright, he's hitting us. Oh, I could have blocked last turn because I have... oh wait, Juggernaut's not up. It's not a relic. Okay. Alright, so we can develop... we can either develop Barricade and True Grit. It's a little bit of a risk grit because we could hit Pummel or Body Slam. But I do think we need to get Barricade up. We could just like Barricade Strike because we're too afraid to True Grit away Body Slam. If we're gonna Barricade, Body Slam is kind of our win condition. So yeah, let's Barricade Strike. We're already Auric Alchemy, so we don't really need that. Alright, obviously we're playing both of the block cards. Let's go ahead and just... I guess Strike does more damage than... Actually, so if we assume that he's going to be vulnerable during the Body Slam turn, then Defend does more damage than Strike, so I'll Defend. Okay, it looks like he is going to be vulnerable. And I'll get some Strength. The non-combo of Auric Alchem plus Juggernaut is crazy. I think I'm going to defend True Grit to try and maximize my chances of getting rid of the burn. Yeah, I really should have upgraded that True Grit. I wasn't thinking about the burns in this fight. But gotta draw Body Slam here. Good. Let's defend and then Body Slam. Do we want to Flex Pot? We're only getting 2 attacks this turn. But he is vulnerable, and this is the last turn he's vulnerable for a while. I think it's probably okay. It's not great, but... Probably best case scenario, we combine that Flex Pot with a Pen Nib, but... Not always living in the best case scenario. 10 times 4 seems like a lot of damage. Yeah, let's go ahead and use this, because he's doing his big attack next turn, so we need to get there. Let's try to block the big attack. We can't, so we'll just make it vulnerable. Trying to set up for Pen Nib. Alright, let's shrug it off and Ghostly Armor, and I guess Defend as well. Keeping a little bit of block, not much though. Yeah, not enough that Body Slam does as much damage as Strike. We can Strike, Body Slam, Strike to Pen Nib the second Strike. It would do a bunch of damage. It would do... Probably because I coughed earlier and nobody told me. I'm just giving you a warning. This is probably going to be a short stream. I'm going to a Bernie Sanders rally that's like right next to my house. So I'm probably going to cut it off at like 10 o'clock. I'm not really a Bernie Sanders supporter, but I am open-minded, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but it's between Blackblood and Calling Bell. The main argument for Calling Bell is that this is a barricade deck, and Calling Bell can get us like Horn Cleat or Anchor or Captain's Wheel. So I think we're going to pick Calling Bell, but Blackblood is also quite good. We didn't get any of those things. We got quite different things. Huh. Well, Unceasing Top is pretty crazy. We didn't get an energy relic, so we're probably not super able to go off with Unceasing Top. We do have True Grit, and like some cards that exhaust. So like, if we get like a 0-cost body slam, we could end up with just infinite body slamming somebody. That would be fun. But that's quite a ways away. Centennial Puzzle is just a great relic for value. Plays into the card draw thing we've got going on with the 2 Shrugodoffs. And then Gremlin Horn also is card draw. So these are all card draw relics. Unceasing Top is probably never happening, but I mean, it's a great relic, so now we have the opportunity to spend all Act 2 building around it. Also, since we have an extra curse, we're incentivized to take other things like True Grit, and True Grit tends to be pretty good with Unceasing Top. Alright, we could go to a store. We got enough money probably for a relic. I think my main priority here, though, is trying to dodge, like, all these hallway fights. There's so many hallway fights. So we got, like, a Fire Elite Fire here. That seems nice. And then we can pick up a second Elite way late in the act. Or we could do this Fire Elite and then go to this shop and do a second Elite there. Potentially get a third. I don't know if this deck is good enough to take 3 Act 2 Elites. In fact, maybe I don't even want this early one. The only way to dodge an Elite, though, is to go on this right path, and then I don't get any. Oh wait, there is one. The right path looks kind of hard, though. No, it's only 3 hallway fights and a fire, and then 2 more. And an Elite. It's not too bad. There's no, like, shops or choices or questions or anything on it, so it's not super exciting. I think I like this path with these question marks, and then when I get here I can decide if I need a fire before the Elite or if I'm okay with a fire after. And then after this Elite I can decide if I need another fire or if I want to go over here Elite hunting. Let's see. Should I go this path instead? Because this is also 2 fights. 2 question marks in the fire, and I do get to do the early shop. I think I will do that instead. Yeah, because I don't want to just wait until this shop to spend the money. I want to spend the money now! Alright. Defend, body slam does the most damage, so we'll do that. Oh, at least the most damage without using a pummel. This is a bit of a scary fight, because we play a lot of skills. Alright, we're going to spot weakness bash and take a ton of damage. I don't think it's even worth it to develop Barricade. I don't think we're getting to keep armor here. So I think we're going to Ghostly Armor double strike. We can't feed. Let's see, 13 plus 18. Yeah, can't feed. Actually, let's Entropic Brew, and if one of these is like a fire potion, then we would be able to feed. Let's go ahead and drink the Swift Potion. Swift Potion's kind of bad, so I don't feel too bad using it for nothing. So 13 plus 13 is 26, plus 18 is lethal. It's 44. So let's eat him. Nom nom nom. Delicious. Chosen one. We could take Evolve, but we have an upgraded Iron Wave in the pick, and we have a Barricade deck, so that seems good. Let's do that. Alright. We can afford all the relics. Bronze Scales is a great heart killer, or at least helps out a lot against the heart. I don't think we're buying Omamori, and there's no way to get extra energy at this shop. Toolbox and medical kit always look really similar, so I always see toolbox and think, ooh, it's medical kit, but it's not. So we can't take medical kit because this is not a medical kit. Okay, so if we're buying bronze scales, what else are we doing? We're gonna have what? 88 gold, right? No, 78 gold. Yeah, 78 gold. So probably card remove. And then, what card are we gonna remove? Probably a strike. Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty fine with that. Yeah. Okay. Let's go fight the hallway fight. We have White Beast statues, so we should use one of these two potions this fight. The Dex potion is really good for this character, so we should use it this fight if we need it, but otherwise we should save it. He's going to hit us for 11 and then 22, and I don't think we're going to be able to block the 22. So I think I am going to take the Dex potion right now, and then we're going to Iron Wave defend Body Slam. Alright, Ghostly Armor blocks out, and then we can just use some strikes. Oh, I was allowed to play the Curse of the Bell. Let's shrug it off. And then I guess I'll defend True Grit. I don't really care if it hits Barricade. So, yeah. Okay, we probably can't eat him this turn, but we can Spot Weakness and shrug it off. So let's go ahead and Spot Weakness, scale up a bit, and shrug it off and see what we got. I'm not going to True Grit because it could hit either Feed or Shrug It Off, which are both too good. If I do 10, then next turn I'll have to block for 22, because there's no way I'm getting lethal. So I think this health-preserving choice is to defend here, and try to get him next shuffle. Okay, got a pretty good amount to block. I do think I want to play this. Take the 1 health loss, that's fine. Alright, we have a Loud Cat. Shrug It Off Iron Wave Body Slam is pretty good. So let's do that. Shrug it off first, see what's up. I will still Iron Wave. It's an attack, so it procs Pen Nib, and it does a little bit of damage itself. Alright, should be set up for Feed if Feed comes around next turn. We did not get Feed, so we're going to Ghostly Armor. We could, like, True Grit Strike to make sure we're setting up for Feed. Oh wait, it's going to be hard to set up for Feed. So our max damage next turn is Spot Weakness, Strike, Feed. Spot Weakness, Strike, Feed, we're going to have 8 strength, so this will do 14, and this will do 18. 14 plus 18 is 36, or 32. He's at 32 right now and not generating any more armor. So I think we're okay to defend True Gritting. And we did get the max damage, so we will take it. Getting stronger. Artifact Potion is good. I definitely want Flame Barrier in the deck. Second copy of Body Slam is also quite good. And we don't have an Energy Relic. So Flame Barrier is really just spend 1 energy to block for 12. Also the Thorns. I mean, that's what the Flame Barrier always is, right? It's not like that's a surprise, but I think I will take Flame Barrier. It's a good card. Yeah, we're going through the question marks to get to the dude. We can either artifact away the Snecko Eye effect, or we can do the Cultist Potion and get some scaling. I think we're going to artifact away the Snecko Eye. We want to save the Cultist Potion for a fight where we really need to scale. I think we're probably going to Shrug It Off Iron Wave Strike. We want to save the Shrug It Off, or the Ghostly Armor for later. So let's do that. Your gaze does not affect me, Snecko. I will take the 1 damage to exhaust this. And accidentally proc Centennial Puzzle, which is something you need to be aware of. Darn, I missed out on Pummel Pendeb. We could waste Feed right now, but I think I would rather get Feed to work. And I do want to develop Barricade, even though it makes us take 5. Okay, so let's... We could defend Body Slam, we could defend True Grit Body Slam, we could True Grit and see what we have left. I don't feel bad about either True Grit bashing or True Grit defend Body Slamming. So if True Grit hits one of these two, I still have a different option. So I think I feel okay about that. Yeah, that was probably the worst one. Probably Spot Weakness Flame Barrier, maybe Spot Weakness Double Shrug if our discard pile is bad. Our discard pile is, our draw pile is actually pretty good, so I think we're gonna Spot Weakness Flame Barrier. We do want to feed in pretty much every fight if we can figure out a way to do so. Doesn't look like we get to do it this turn. 7 times 4 plus 10 plus 13. 7 times 4 is 28, 38 plus 13 is nowhere near 65. So we're going to Ghostly Armor, defend, and pummel. And maybe we'll draw Feed again next turn. No. Alright, this is Snecko's big attack turn, so let's just block for as much as we can. We finally got around to Feed again, so let's just eat him. Alright, maybe a little bit too aggressive there, trying to shuffle back to Feed. We did get there, but Burning Pact seems like... Well, I guess we don't have Energy Relic, so we can't afford Burning Pact. Yeah, I think we skip here. We get Artifact Potions quite a bit because we have White Beast Statue. So getting the Mutagenic Strength seems good. We could also use Jax to activate Centennial Puzzle, but we already have the Curse in the deck for that. We could transform 2 strikes and maybe get more blocky stuff. Transforms are good for this deck because a card that's normally garbage, the one that doubles your block, is like a card that an enabler that we definitely have to find a copy of at some point. But I think we're just going to take the Mutagenic Strength here. Mutagenic Strength is usually the best choice, and I think it is here too. Okay, I think we're going to rest at this campsite before we take this Elite. Act 2 Elite's pretty dangerous, and this deck is no exception to that danger. Alright, Slavers is probably the most dangerous one. We probably want to use both potions. I forgot that you say cacao when you take that potion. That's hilarious. I love it. Maybe Bash Strike this turn? Maybe just Bash Feed. No, you tend to be able to get Feed off in this fight if you survive. So maybe just like Spot Weakness Bash. Yeah, I think spot weakness bash. We're taking a bunch of damage this turn, but if we spot weakness bash, we're in good shape to kill the red slaver next turn. Okay, pummel probably kills red slaver. It does. Oh wait, it does 48 damage. Oh yeah, that definitely kills him. So we could do that, and then like Iron Wave Shrug it off to block for 15 and take 6. Seems okay. Is there any other plan? We could Shrug it off and try and find Flame Barrier? No, that's way worse. Okay. I guess we are planning to Shrug it off, so we'll Shrug it off first. See if that changes our plan. It does not. I always forget about Gremlin Horn. So we can actually take 0 here with Iron Wave and another Shrug it off. And this draw pile is kind of garbage, so let's go ahead and turbo through it a little bit. Alright, might be able to take 0 more in the fight. We're going to take 1 from Curse of the Bell. I think we're going to Flame Barrier Ghostly Armor, get a little bit of damage in, block out, keep Ghostly Armor in the deck. Looks like we're probably taking damage this turn. We could Strike, Defend, True Grit to maximize our chance of hitting Wound with True Grit. Alternately, we could like Barricade True Grit to get that developed. I don't think we're really having a barricade plan this fight though, so I think we're going to Strike, Defend, True Grit. Yeah, we missed. Alright, Spot Weakness, Iron Wave kills the blue slaver, and then we can just block for the rest. And obviously we can forget about stupid Pendib and Gremlin Horn doing stuff. We could bash and just kill him. Let's Shrug it off first. We're going to Shrug it off defend. This might seem unnecessarily risky, but I would like to feed. And feed is coming up. Hey, we got feed. We're going to take Warpaint after we take our card. Ooh, we got Entrench. Okay, cool. And we upgraded it. Wow. Oh my god. That was quite a moment. That card reward was pretty clutch. Okay, well we needed that really badly. I think we're going to rest again. And then we'll take these 3 hallway fights before we decide if we're taking a... Wow, it's either 5 hallway fights or 3 hallway fights / elite. It's kind of a brutal end of the act. Maybe we take less damage if we go the other way and do like 4 / in elite and a shop. We don't have enough money for the shop though, so it's just like a total waste. And we can feed off hallway fights, so I think we're gonna take hallway fights. We're gonna rest though. Got a lot of relics, but not a lot of survivability. Ancient Tea Set is quite good, and would probably need it against Hyper Beam Man. All right. Wow, really terrible turn 1. This is a great fight to have feed in, but you definitely don't want feed turn 1. Nothing to spot weakness. We do have 3 extra strength. Can't proc Pendib. We could use Ascender's Bane to draw a card, or to draw 3 cards with Centennial Puzzle. Seems a bit silly. But we could develop Barricade or something. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, we can develop Bash now, so we can Bash Strike. Try to get that damage in. I think I will Bash Strike and Attack Potion here. I guess let's Attack Potion first and see what it is. Heavy Blade, we have 3 strength right now, so I think I'll take that. We also have 3 strength for Twin Strike, but it works better on Heavy Blade. Plus Heavy Blade costs 2 and the potion makes it cost 0. We could also Clothesline, try to prevent some damage for later. Yeah, I think I'll take Heavy Blade just to make sure she's healing as soon as possible. We could feed instead of strike. Let's see. She's already healing, so I think. Oh, that's almost lethal. Wow. If we had upgraded Body Slam, it would be lethal because we'd get 5 from that, and then we'd. Oh no, it's not lethal. Okay. I'll go ahead and fit in a strike. So should be in good shape to kill him really early, and then feed off of her. So this does 12. So yeah, we can Iron Wave him to death. Okay. I'm actually not gonna play Curse of the Bell. She scales slowly enough that, and she's healing this turn. She scales so slowly that we can probably get away with just keeping the Curse of the Bell in the deck the whole time. I'm not gonna play Shrug It Off because if I draw Barricade, I want to play it, and there's no point in striking. There is actually a point in striking because it develops Pendant. Okay, I think we probably want to just Barricade Defend. Alternately, we could defend True Grit and Trench and block for 30, but then it would go away at the end of the turn. So we'll Barricade Defend, take a little bit of damage. Spot Weakness. Derping again. Develop some Eternal Block. I think we'll Shrug It Off first and see what is coming up. Oh, we wasted our feed. That only does 14 damage. I'll go ahead and just do that. I think Iron Wave, Defend, Body Slam is probably good enough. Yeah. So that gets her nice and low so that we'll be able to feed off her next time it comes around. I could hit them harder, but then they would die. I don't want them to die. I want them to be my friends forever. I think I'll Entrench before True Grit. I don't want True Grit to hit Entrench. Alright, now we have 43 blocks. I think we'll probably be okay. Let's Shrug It Off first, see if we draw Feed. Nope. I will put in a strike here, partially to make sure her health stays low for feed, partially to develop Pendant for the next fight. Spot Weakness has come up 4 times this fight, and it has never worked. We can't use Body Slam because that would kill her. We can use Heavy Blade though. Alright, here we go. I think we get to finish her off with Strike Feed. Yeah, exactly lethal. Oof. Alright, well now we're up to 90 health. Seems good. If we Wild Strike, we can't exhaust it with the blue candle because it's not a curse, it's a status. Okay. I think none of these are any good. We're not trying to mitigate damage with weak, we're just trying to block for a bunch. We don't have any wound synergy, although we do keep getting offered Evolved pluses. We don't have any strike scaling, except for on turn 1. Although, theoretically, we can get a Artifact Potion. So we'll skip there. And let's take a bunch of hallway fights. Okay. So we can develop Barricade and Defend, or we can Pummel and knock the bird down. I think we probably want to Pummel and knock the bird down. Yeah, so let's Barricade, Pummel. Whap, whap, whap. We also have Thorns against the bird, so we're in good shape against birds. Birds of all stripes and colors. We're also... We have 6 extra block from Orichalcum that gets to stick around because of Barricade. The dream is real. So I think we're going to bash True Grit, and we're going to bash on the Chosen One. The bird's not very scary while he's sitting on the ground. Ooh, we got Curse of the Bell. Wow. I almost didn't dare to hope. Yeah, I would definitely take Adrenaline. Adrenaline's so nice. Okay, so let's Ghostly Armor, Defend, Body Slam. And we just have to decide if we want to do that on the bird or the Chosen. So it is 18 damage to bird or 32 damage to chosen. I think I'll hit the chosen and let the thorns deal with the bird. Is this a huge mistake? This is probably a mistake. Because it does way more damage to him now before he wakes up. But it does 32 to the chosen. We need to get rid of her. Alright, we'll do it. Alright, we have flame barrier, so bird is dead. Right? Because he takes 7 per hit and he hits 6 times. Yeah. So he takes like 43 damage. And we'll Iron Wave on the chosen, get a little bit of extra damage, develop pen nib, get some armor. We can't get feed while she's attacking. Yeah, I think we'll probably just take the 21 damage here. She shuffles 70 dazed, that it's hard to, and she does so much damage, it's hard to rationalize waiting long enough to get back to feed, so I'll just use it. Whap! Okay, we can Iron Wave. I think we just want damage here. Yeah, we're just killing her, so. We already wasted feed, so not getting that back. Inflame Plus is good. Another True Grit is good. We want an upgraded True Grit, though. We don't want this garbage unupgraded True Grit. I don't know if we really need Strength Scaling. Strength Scaling is not really what the deck's doing. It is cool to take an upgraded power, but we just need more blocky stuff. I will not take an unupgraded True Grit. I'm drawing a line in the sand, and that's on the other side of it. It's just not good enough. Alright. We've got Mutagenic Strength Pummel, so that's nice. We're going to use a Power Potion this round, because they are going to give one as a card reward, so I want to have a spot for it. So it's either Dex Pot or Power Potion. These guys scale up pretty quickly, and so I think I need to drink this Power Potion so that I can also scale up quickly. I think I'm going to take Combust. It's a fight where AoE is pretty good, so okay. And then we'll hit the one with lowest health. And then Combust should be able to finish him off in 3 turns. It's great that we drew and then immediately discarded Spot Weakness, our only real source of scaling. They're hitting for 18, so I could Ghostly Armor Entrench to block out. Or something else. Could like Ghostly Armor Barricade and take a little bit of damage to develop Barricade, but I don't think this is a Barricade fight. I could also bash this front guy to kill him. Bash and Ghostly Armor almost blocks out. Let's Shrug It Off. I think, like, Shrug It Off Entrench, like, mostly blocks for 16 versus 18 damage. So let's Shrug It Off first, see, hopefully we'll find, like, a strike or something. Iron Wave, maybe. Or another Shrug It Off. Okay, so now I guess we'll if you're Ghostly Armor to save that, and then, oh, we're blocked out, that's awkward. If we Shrug It Off, we will get to get rid of one of these cards, and these cards are generally pretty bad. The only good one's Iron Wave, so I'll do that. Oh, great. Alright, he's already dead, don't worry about him. We're just always playing Defend, Strike here, so I will stop talking about it. They scale too fast. 32 damage, that's a lot. Let's Shrug It Off first and see what we're drawing. Okay, and then I will True Grit and Strike. Should have striked first. Maybe I'll... Yeah, I need to strike. Can't afford to not be hitting these guys. They hit too hard. We can Spot Weakness... Let's see. Yeah, Spot Weakness, Iron Wave kills one, and then we can defend. We don't want to Shrug It Off because then we could draw Feed. Alright, Feed is now Pen Nibbed, so if we draw it, We didn't draw it. Let's see. We can kill him with Flame Barrier Barricade. But then we don't get to feed him off of him. If we Ghost Armor Flame Barrier, we take 4. But then we're guaranteed to get a feed, which heals us for 3. So yeah, I'll take it. Is this like really stupid? So I'm taking 1 from Combust and 4 from him. So I'm taking 5 and going down to 7, and healing back up to 10. So I'm losing 2 current health for 3 max health. And then taking an Act 2 Elite with 10 health. Well wait, I'm healing for 6 either way at the end of the fight. So I can either finish this fight at 18 right now, or I can finish the fight at 16. Yeah, I'll finish the fight at 16. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Snake Oil is terrible. We could dual wield. We have Frozen Egg, so I keep thinking that dual wield is going to be good, but I don't think it actually is. The only power we have is Barricade, and we don't need to dual wield that. It doesn't help. We could take that Combust. It was so good in the fight. Oh wait, it was terrible. I mean, I think if we didn't pick Combust there on turn 1, we do like lose the fight, so it was helpful in that it caused us to not die, but at the same time, was it really helpful? Because it did like 6 damage to us. We are dangerously low on damage, and Combust does do AoE damage in a fight where AoE is somewhat valuable. Also, this elite fight that I am taking could be Gremlin Leader, in which case Combust is fine. I think I just die against Gremlin Leader, though, is the real problem. I think we're skipping this. And we're hoping this question mark heals us. I think that's the only out we have. We're not, like, winning this fight if it's Gremlin Leader or Book of Stabbing. But 2 hallway fights I think we're also not winning. Let's see. Can we win 2 late Act 2 hallway fights? Like, one of them is going to have an avocado in it. An avocado is going to, like, kill us on turn 1. So yeah, we need this question mark to be healing. Well, that's not healing. It's the reverse of healing. Well, at least it didn't hurt us. Okay, we need... This was probably the best option. And we need this Snecko Oil to work some miracles. Do we do anything before we Snecko Oil? Hard to imagine an outcome where we win this fight. Probably Pummel is involved. Snecko Oil draws 5 cards. So if we... If we just assume that Snecko Oil is going to make our hand cost 0, what would we want our hand to be? Probably like... We would want to Shrug It Off first, because then we'd get an extra card that costs 0. And then we would get Shrug It Off, Flame Barrier, Pummel, Iron Wave, Feed, True Grit? Maybe Body Slam instead of True Grit. Okay, so let's Shrug It Off first. Okay, we got Barricade, so Barricade we want to randomize the price on. So let's randomize the prices of stuff. Okay, Barricade still costs 2. It's okay, we don't really need it this turn. And we did get a 0-cost Flame Barrier, which is what I was fantasizing about. So I think we Flame Barrier and Entrench and survive. We are losing Ghost Armor, but that's okay. So yeah, if we Flame Barrier Entrench, we definitely survive the turn. We only take 3 damage right now, so we could develop Barricade instead and just take the 3 damage. Yeah, I'm fine with taking 3 damage to develop Barricade. I'm going to restart the fight and do Dexterity Potion because that's really obvious. And then we block out completely. Okay, so let's shrug it off first. Oh my god, I'm gonna restart the fight again. Use the potion. Use the potion. Okay. We're gonna drink this stupid potion. We're gonna shrug it off. We're gonna Snecko oil. Alright, gonna get our strength. Play the flame barrier. And then we're gonna barricade and strike this guy. And I guess defend, sure, why not? Huge amount of damage return on Gremlin Leader. We can pummel him to death. Hi troll for fun. Quick warning, this is going to be a short stream. I'm only going to go until about 10, because there's a political rally near my house, and some friends wanted to go. This is also a barricade deck, so we're trying to barricade people. I guess the way that we get the most block out of this turn is we pummel this guy, defend True Grit. Let's True Grit first to maximize our chance of hitting defend, pummel, or strike, and I guess any of these cards is fine to hit. He is a minion, so feed does not work on him. I kind of want to pummel him, though. Pummel blocks for 5. I guess 5 is the lowest block of any of these cards. So I'll defend and then True Grit. Oh, it hit the strike. Great. Yeah, pummel's fine. And get an extra strike on the Gremlin Leader. Leave the feed. So we can defend Body Slam. We could also bash plus Body Slam, which does a ton of damage. We probably want to Body Slam on the Fat Gremlin, though. Oh, actually we can... Oh, no, we can't Iron Wave Fat Gremlin to death. Okay. So we need to kill the Fat Gremlin, so we're going to Body Slam him, because that's the only way we kill stuff. I guess we could bash Iron Wave him, technically, but then we're not using our 1 mana to do 28 damage card, which seems unwise. They're hitting for 18 plus 10 is 28. If I don't kill the Sneaky Gremlin, which I'm not planning to. So I think we Body Slam Fat Gremlin and then bash the leader. No, I think I defend Iron Wave and just Iron Wave on the leader. I have not seen Narconator. There's a absolute... So, Slay the Spire was a huge breakout indie success, which, like, clearly doesn't take that much work to make. So, I have played literally, like, 4 games that are more or less clones of Slay the Spire. Which is very disappointing. Oh, hey, now we can Iron Wave Strike again on the Streaky Gremlin to save a little bit of health. But maybe it's great. I don't know. I haven't played it. I've played so many of them because I do like Slay the Spire a lot. So the promise of being like Slay the Spire is good. I think we Curse of the Bell here. It does proc Centennial Puzzle, and we've only got 1 energy left. But I think that's okay. It also loses perfect. Wow, we get to Body Slam twice this turn. Jesus. Okay. Alright, so he's getting pretty close to feed range. Let's go ahead and shrug it off, try and draw back to feed. Oops, we got spot weakness. I'll True Grit. I want the block. I don't really care that much about strength anymore. We can Entrench to go up to ridiculous levels of block. So go up to almost 100, and then get our feet off. Wow, that fight went crazy well. I thought we were gonna die. I like almost can't believe how easy that fight was. We definitely want Impervious. Impervious is crazy in Juggernaut decks because you get to keep it. Can we afford to Smith? I think probably not. This is a fight where you get to set up for a little bit first. Which, like, okay, so if we get infinite time to set up, this deck is unbeatable, right? Because we play Barricade and then we play Entrench 17 times, right? And we have, you know, whatever the max armor is. I think it's 9,999 or something. Or maybe it's just 999. Whatever, it's a bunch of nines. It's enough that Hyper Beams don't do any damage at all. So from that perspective, this is a really easy fight for us. From another perspective, we don't get infinite time to set up, and in fact, he's got little orb buddies that make it a little bit difficult to get off things like Barricade and Trench, because they steal Barricade. Although now we have Impervious and Feed, so there's a couple other things for them to steal, plus we can just like draw Barricade on turn 1. So it's possible that we're not vulnerable to that sort of disruption. Also, we scale up pretty quickly with a spot weakness over the course of the fight. I think we need the buffer, though, of the health. We also heal for a bunch because we have high max health. And honestly, none of the upgrades are like super good. I would probably take True Grit because it's so irritating to have an unupgraded True Grit. But you can usually maneuver yourself to a place where it doesn't matter that much. So I think we're going to take the health, because otherwise we're going to die to a Hyper Beam, and then that would be sad. Alright, speaking of being sad, these cards are terrible, and we have 5 energy, so let's use a Sunder's Bane to draw 3 cards. Cool, that didn't work. I guess we'll use Pummel. It was more damage to do Strike there instead, but whatever. Alright, so we get to... Oh wait, no. These are not Juggernaut. So they're both stealing cards, so we're pretty much guaranteed to lose both Feed and Barricade. I think they are actually 100% guaranteed to do exactly that. So we should just Flame Barrier Ghostly Armor. We need to play Ghostly Armor if we want to keep it. We do want to keep it. And Flame Barrier does 8 damage, so that's nice. And if I play both, we block out, so I guess we'll do it. We could also Energy Potion to play Entrench, but why? Why would you do that? There goes Feed. And here goes Juggernaut, or Barricade, whatever. Okay, so this guy's got Barricade. We're using Spot Weakness because we can. And there's no damage in my hand, so I guess I'll shrug it off and try and draw some better stuff. I could Trigger it and try and get rid of this Defend, but I'm a little bit sad if it hits Shrug it off or Defend Plus, so I don't think we're going to. I don't really need any of these cards, so I'm going to Shrug it off to cycle past them. Alright, I think we're going to use Impervious. Yeah, well they take rare cards, and those were the rare cards, so... so he's hitting for 24, and then they're hitting for 16, so they're hitting for 40 total. So I can Impervious and block, and Defend to block for some of that. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm also going to use the Energy Potion to develop Bash on this back orb. We do not have infinite time here, because he's going to Hyper Beam pretty soon. We are scaling up, though. Entrench doesn't do anything, so we're going to have to just block with Orichalcum here. Let's see, if we strike, we have 1 energy left because of Gremlin Horn, but then we can't use the Barricade Plus. So maybe we should save him. No, I don't think so, because then we'd want to kill him next turn because he might attack next turn. And then if we wait until next turn, that's a Hyper Beam turn, and we're definitely not going to play Barricade on a Hyper Beam turn. So I think it's better to just get a Barricade shuffled back into the deck. Hey, and we also get to block for 2 this turn. Alright, here we go, Hyper Beam time. I think we're going to Ghostly Armor, Iron Wave, True Grit to block for as much as we can. Still taking a bunch. Unfortunately, we lost the Defend Plus, but we're not dead. Alright, now we have to scale up as quickly as possible before he hits us again. I really wish we had an Energy Relic. but we don't. So we can shrug it off and then maybe Ghostly Armor Body Slam. Yeah, I think Ghostly Armor Body Slam seems fine. Gotta find that Juggernaut and set it up. Probably Iron Wave, Defend, Entrench here. Quite a bit of damage waste on that orb there. So now we get extra energy, so we can defend, entrench, which I guess we need to do. And we still take 6, and then we're only doing a tiddling amount of damage, so I guess I'll save the strike. Spot weakness whiffs. That's too bad. Let's shrug it off and try and draw Juggernaut. Is Juggernaut the last card? Or Barricade, not Juggernaut. Wow. That's really unfortunate. I think we're going to spot weakness to save it, and then trigger it one of the smaller cards. Ooh, we got Curse. Okay. Yeah, we're dead. Well, shoot. Yeah, we didn't manage to get Barricade up first. We needed to get it before it got taken by the orbs. But the shuffle was not in our favor. That was kind of a fun run. Took a really aggressive line. Here, since you guys weren't here for the beginning of the screen, I'll look at it a little bit. So the first floor, we took 4 elites because Niao gave us a lizard tail. So I was like, all right, let's go. And we did end up using the lizard tail in Act 1. We got killed by a gremlin knob here. Yeah, because we came in with 43 health and he did 47 damage. But I think it was worth it. I think it was a pretty good run. We got a bunch of relics. A little bit more conservative line in Act 2. Tried to feed off a bunch of people. Ended up taking a little bit too much damage trying to set up the feeds, and didn't get enough campfires to recover. But I mean, with a better shuffle, we would have beaten Bronze Automaton for sure. So I think that one was winnable. We just needed to draw. We basically needed to draw Barricade on turn 1, because we had 5 energy, so casting it would have been really easy. But we didn't. But we didn't draw it on turn 1 or turn 2, which also would have been fine. So that was too bad. I'm not going to start another one because I've only got another half hour, and another half hour would only be enough time to get a character killed in Act 1. I could play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I don't know if people are interested in seeing that. It's not like a very pretty game. Let's see, how do I change my category? Yeah, it is technically a category, so I'll go ahead and update it and we'll switch over. Yeah, it's not popular, so you wouldn't. I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it. It is a roguelike of the sort of Berlin school, the like old school, like actually a roguelike. Not like a, roguelike. It looks like the game Rogue looks. It's like a turn-based, top-down, tiled, tactical strategy game. So I am playing as a mummy necromancer. Mummies have like fire vulnerability, so I'm really afraid of that. This is a run in progress, but it's early on. I'm in Dungeon 3. A Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup run takes quite a while. Let me see. Let me shrink this down a little bit so I can see OBS. Oh, I guess I have the full screen showing, so I won't show the chat, but then I won't be able to read either. I don't have 2 monitors, so I can't put it on a second monitor, but I need to fix that. So I'm playing a Mummy Necromancer, which is a very challenging combination. So I'm going to raise this Adder's skeleton, so I've got a little friend with me. A lot of the reason that roguelikes are difficult to play also makes them difficult to stream. It's difficult for me to describe what I'm doing because there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts, and it's very complicated. So I just cast a spell on this bat. I'm going to cast a spell on him again. Now I'm going to hit him with my dagger. So he's dead now. Bats don't tend to be super threatening. And I raised the other bat as an ally. The allies have a limited amount of duration, so they won't hang around forever. I just rested to restore my mana. So you kind of need to keep moving, and you can't just like spend an infinite amount of time on every fight. Obviously it's turn-based, so it's not like real-time time, but it's you can't just sit and rest after every fight, is what I'm saying. Okay, the worker ant is a little bit scary because he's got a yellow name, so he's got sort of a higher challenge rating than other monsters that I can see right now. But I am immune to poison because I am undead. But this is probably more fight than I can do. Mummy necromancers are very weak, so I'm going to back up and let my skeletons do some of the fighting. If I'm in this hallway, I'm much safer because I'm only fighting one person at a time. They can't surround me. So I will spend a little bit of time fighting this adder. I do not want this wizard to be able to see me. If he sees me, I could die, because if I look at his stats, oh, he doesn't have it, but some wizards have confuse, and since you're a mummy, you can't drink potions, and the only way to get out of confusion is to drink potions. Yeah, Twitch chat on your phone is an option, but I don't have that. This one has Throw Flame though, which is almost equally threatening. Throw Flame would probably do like half of my health bar in damage, even though it's like a cantrip, so it's like a low level spell. I'm gonna go up these stairs. Monsters can't follow you upstairs unless they're adjacent to you, so the only monster that'll come up with me is this snake. And then I'll kill him. And I'll go find another downstairs. The stairs in this game do not map geographically. There's just like every level has 3 downstairs and 3 upstairs, and they just map to random points on the next level. Okay, so the auto explore that I just did took me back to where I was. I'm gonna stand on these stairs because that makes you a little safer, and I am going to try and fight this wizard. Let's see, I've only got 6 mana, so I could cast Pain 6 times. I don't have any orcs, I don't have any skeletons with me, and I think he could kill me with Throw Flame, and he could become invisible, which would make it very difficult for me to kill him, so I'm actually going to run away up these stairs. Let's go down the other stairs. Oh, they are right next to him. Okay, so we need to go down the other stairs and try to avoid him. So we could theoretically go down these stairs, but I'm not really ready for D4. I'll never really be ready for D4 because Mummy Necromancers are quite weak. But the more XP I can get on D3, the easier it'll be. It looks like that's it for D3, so I'm just going to go down these stairs after resting. Alright, found the mace. Probably don't need that. We're trying to be mostly spellcasting this time. Sometimes I do run my Mummy Necromancers as a bit more of fighters. So I just learned Animate Dead. Animate Dead is pretty much the same as Animate Skeleton, but it is an AoE around you, and it raises zombies rather than skeletons, which are slightly stronger. What I was looking for in my spellbook here was Dispel Undead, because this Bullfrog zombie, he is immune to negative energy. So I can't actually hit him with Pain, which is my Necromancer thing, because he's immune. So I would have to just stab him with my dagger, which does not sound like a fun time for me. It sounds like a fight I could lose. So we're going to run away from him and try to explore the rest of the floor. Okay, there's another worker ant. Not super scary for us because we are immune to poison. They still do a lot of damage, so I'm just going to try and stab him to death with the dagger. Throw in a couple pains because I was losing the fight. Let's go ahead and rest up. Wow, this floor is like super empty. That's really bad for us. We need the XP. Also, D4 is the first place where the temple can spawn. The temple is really important because most of the god altars will be there. Here's another skeleton. This one's a little bit less scary. It's what is it? It's a jackal skeleton. So jackals are a lot lower level enemies than frogs, weirdly. So I can probably take that. Yep. You're seeing these scrolls on the ground. They all show up as unidentified, so I don't know what any of them does. I have 3 copies of 2 of them, so those are probably identify and remove curse. The ones that I have 2 copies of, I don't really know. And the ones I have 3 copies of might not be the ones I described, but those are the 2 most common scrolls. So typically you can tell which of them you have. I actually really love the unidentified magic thing mechanic from these old roguelikes. It's one of my favorite things that, like, on every character you have to, like, relearn magic, and it really feels like you're actually learning something. You have to, like, go through a process of deduction, and you don't just, like, this is a scroll of identify, you can use it to identify. It's like, okay, no, you don't know how magic works because you are just now learning it. So, like, you can take your knowledge from outside the game into the game, right? And if you didn't, you would die because the game's really hard. But there's a limit. So I'll make a skeleton to help me fight this worker ant. And then still almost die. And rest up in this hallway. Oh, wow, my skeleton lasted. That's convenient. Oh, he's dead. Ooh, a ring. We could put the ring on. Okay, so the scary thing about putting on rings and that cloak is that they could be bad for me. Like, see how this club is cursed? That means if I equip it, I won't be able to unequip it. And we don't need that club, so we can drop that. But the cloak and the ring could both be really good things for the character, so I think it's probably worth it to wear them, and then I'll start reading some of these scrolls to see if I get a remove curse. Okay, so this one was just +1, so that's really useful. And the ring is seeing invisible, which is not very useful, but sort of useful. All right. Feeling quite a bit more confident walking around with the +1 cloak. That improves my armor class by quite a bit. I might need to stop training necromancy. We do have vampiric draining, and vampiric draining has basically unlimited spell power. It scales all the way up to 200. It's got, like, all these pips that it can fill up. So the more necromancy I train, the better I get at vampiric draining. But vampiric draining is a melee range skill. So, and we're wearing robes, so we're not really very good at, like, standing toe-to-toe with people and fighting them. So it's a bit scary to rely on that to survive. So at some point, when I get a better weapon, hopefully I will be able to train that weapon. Actually, I just found some ring mail. Oh wow, there's shiny ring mail too. Let's go put that on. It might be cursed, but yep, it is cursed. Okay, so let's try and find remove curse. I'm going to stand on stairs while I read unidentified scrolls, because sometimes the scroll is magic mapping. Actually, sometimes the scroll is teleport. And I don't want to be teleported to a random place on a level that I haven't fully explored, because that could kill me. So I'm going to go down to the next level, and then read unidentified scrolls down there. If it is magic mapping, then maybe it'll tell me where the temple is. If it's teleport, I'll come up here, and I will get teleported to a random place on this level. Actually, I think I'm going to finish exploring the level so that that's not lethal. Hound is pretty scary. So we're gonna fight him, and then we're gonna need to Vampiric Drain him too. So Vampiric Draining only works if you are losing health, missing health. So I'm gonna let him bite me a little bit. Oh, I guess we just killed him. Okay. And then I'll just Vampiric Drain off this guy so that I can sort of balance my HP and mana lost a little bit. Okay, should be able to fight this pretty easily with a skeleton by my side. We could become a Chi Worshipper. That's probably suicidal. Chi makes you slow, and being slow is a death sentence sometimes. All right, so we're gonna go down. So we hear the sound of rushing water. So that means it's doubly good to get a scroll of magic mapping right now, because it might show us the temple, and there's also an entrance to the sewers that we have to find quickly before it rusts and goes away. I'll read the scrolls I have 3 copies of first. That one was Identify. I'm gonna use it on the amulet. Some amulets are really good, but you'd never want to identify an amulet by equipping it, because there are 2 that are quite harmful. So I'll identify that. It's regeneration, which I think I can't wear. Actually, maybe I can wear it. I think it's just red because it's cursed. Yeah, I am allowed to wear this, so I'm going to put it on, even though it's cursed. I don't care about the curse. The curse only matters if you want to take it off, and I don't want to take it off because I don't have any other amulets. So I'll find remove curse before I need to take that off. I'm going to keep reading scrolls to try and find... Oh, the other one I had 3 of was fear, so I've got a lot of extra fear. That's neat. Probably only have 1 copy of magic mapping. Magic mapping is a little bit rare. I am going to read the ones I have 2 copies of first, just in case. Yeah, so there I have a remove curse, so now that the ringmail and the amulet of regeneration are no longer cursed. Let's read this Q one. I'm going to go ahead and unlearn Animate Skeleton. Animate Dead tends to overtake it really quickly, and I want to get that spell level back at some point. Plus I can just relearn it if I need to. Just to not waste the Scroll of Amnesia. Okay, so now we're down to the potion, the scrolls I just have 1 of, so I'll go ahead and read one of those. We got Fog, not useful right now. Random Uselessness, that's useless. Scroll of Noise is a little bit scary because this is a totally unexplored floor. So we hear an angry hiss, that's some kind of snake, probably an adder. You hear a shout times 4. There's probably like a pack of gnolls nearby, and I hear a howl. That is probably oh, maybe this is a pack of orcs. So it's a pack of orcs with a dog. So there's some stuff nearby. It's gonna come check me out because I made that loud noise. Oh, we did find magic mapping. Okay, so the temple is on this floor. It's right here. And then we need to look around for the sewers. Yeah, so this is the sewers. There's some water and a weird little spirally vault. So we probably want to go upstairs to avoid the stuff that's awakened around us from the noise scroll. And then we want to come down these stairs over here. So we come down these stairs, we'll go this way, check out probably this shop, and then come around here and go into the sewers. All right, we got the right stairs, so that's nice. This is a shop. Okay, so this is a really useful shop. We're gonna go ahead and add some stuff to our shopping list. The Scroll of Enchant Armor is really, really good. Also, if we buy it, we will identify other Scrolls of Enchant Armor that we're holding. The Scroll of Torment, most characters don't want, but we're a mummy, so we're actually immune to Torment. So instead of Torment hurting everybody on the screen, including us, Torment hurts everybody on the screen, excluding us, which is much better. Summoning is also super powerful. It's a little bit less powerful than normal because we are a necromancer, so we can already make our own army. And we don't super need a scroll to do it. We're also going to add magic mapping because it's always really good. And identify, it's possible we need that. We're pretty unlikely to need noise, remove curse, or amnesia, so I won't add those. And I'm not going to buy anything right now. I only have 225 gold, and none of these are like immediately useful, except for enchant armor. And I guess torment technically is immediately useful, but I don't plan on getting in enough trouble that I need a scroll of torment right now. And my armor is not good enough to be my like end game armor, so I don't want to waste a scroll of enchant armor on what I have right now. Sky Beast is pretty scary. I think we're going to avoid him because he stayed asleep. So we're going to go the other way around. Picking up the gold would be nice, but I need to get where I'm going quickly. So I don't want to waste time picking it up. Almost no enemies, so that's really convenient for getting to the sewers. You don't want to stand in water because it makes you fumble your attacks. So I'm not going to stand in the water while I fight these guys. I will just pain them from a distance, and then I'll... oh, right, I forgot. I'm actually going to relearn Animate Skeleton because I need it right now. I'm going to tell my skeletons to attack because otherwise they won't. Okay, they lost. That's fine. Okay. Almost there. We have to stand in the water a little bit here. That's fine. All right, we made it to the sewers before it closed. I'm going to wait for my monitor to regenerate and then go on in. All right. Nothing is immediately threatening, which is good. Zombies are not a good sign because we have no opportunity to kill them other than just wailing on them with this stupid dagger, which takes forever. These are also immune to negative energy. It's a demon. So I'm going to back up to the way out just in case I get swarmed. It's not looking like I'm getting swarmed right now, but you never know. This is probably a really bad sewers, but it still has some loot probably, so we'll check it out. Would have been nice if that guy dropped a skeleton. Those guys can't ever drop skeletons. Alright, I guess it's a bunch of kobolds, which is fine. This guy didn't drop a skeleton either. Ooh, that's a really tricky enemy. There is a skeleton here, so I'm going to go try and stand on it so that we can fight this shadow imp a little easier. Okay, cool. So now that we've got a skeleton buddy, this becomes a little bit easier. So we kind of want to like rush because the skeleton is going to time out eventually, and we basically need it to fight. Oh, he died. Shoot. Okay, well, we just have to swing our dagger a bunch then. If we don't find another weapon soon, eventually we will need to start training daggers. This guy did not drop a corpse. Drat. Okay, there's a bunch of kobolds here. I probably woke up a little bit too many of them. It's a little bit scary. So I'll run away and give them time to forget where I am. Probably should have kept my range from the big kobold because he's a little bit scary. He did not leave a corpse, so that's unfortunate. This guy's got an enchanted dagger. +4 short sword. Wow. So I will pick that up and immediately start training short blades. And I'm actually going to turn off necromancy. Necromancy's high enough already. I'm going to train short blades and maybe fighting a little bit. I'm starting to feel a little weak. Fighting increases your health as well as your like chance to hit. So now we're way better at just like meleeing down zombies. So we're a lot less afraid. to go in here with our +4 short sword. Here, check this out. Wham. Killed him in like 2 attacks. Grinder is absolutely terrifying. That is one of the worst things we could possibly run into. She is immune to negative energy, and she has a 46% chance to paralyze us, which there's no way to get out of other than drinking a potion, and we can't drink potions because we are a zombie. On the other hand, she does use pain, and we are immune to her pain, so that's something, I guess. But we are running away from her as much as we can. She got herself trapped in a little puddle, so she's not chasing us. It's possible we could fight her. I guess the alternative is we just give up on this sewers. Yeah, it looks like all the treasure for it is over here. So let's see. Do we have any evocables? We don't have any evocables. We have some boomerangs that we could throw. We could also try and poison her. We also have regeneration. We're pretty powered up, actually. I think maybe we can afford a fight since she can't pain us. We'll go for it. There's also a skeleton here. Did he make a skeleton too? He did. So we'll go ahead and go here and make a skeleton. And then Grinder is derping. She doesn't realize she could just walk to us. Okay, she figured it out. We can't paint her. We're gonna throw a... is she immune to poison? Oh, I just double moved. That was really bad. She is resistant to poison. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and resurrect this kobold. And then we're gonna quiver those boomerangs and start throwing those at her. Take a couple steps back to avoid the kobolds who were throwing stuff at me. Oh, we got paralyzed. Okay, now we can move again. We can't throw through our skeleton. Okay, there she is. Oh, now we're paralyzed again. Apparently Grinder is happy to just have boomerangs thrown at her all day, and eventually she dies. Cool. All right, well, I think I'm going to leave it there. Pretty surprised I was able to win that fight. Got a ton of XP. Yeah, +4 short sword characters looking up. Mummy Necromancers are super hard to win with, but it might be possible here. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for a regular length stream. Yeah, DCSS is super fun. I'll post a link to it. You can play it in a web browser. Yeah, there are lots of like introduction to playing videos that you should probably watch first. Alternately, I could do, if people are interested, I could do like a step 1 learning how to play DCSS video. Because it definitely takes some getting into. There's a lot of keyboard shortcuts and stuff that I sort of glossed over here. All right, thanks for coming. See you tomorrow.